graduates of all 17 schools and colleges from the classes of August 2018, December 2018, and May 2019. Now entering the arena, graduates of all 17 schools and colleges from the classes of August 2018, December 2018, and May 2019. Now entering the arena, representatives from the faculty and staff of Temple University Schools and Colleges. Now entering the arena, the President's senior leadership team. Entering the arena, the stage party for Commencement 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, and graduates, please welcome Temple University's 11th President, Richard M. Engler, presiding over the 132nd Temple University Commencement Ceremony.
Good morning, and welcome to Temple University's 132nd Annual Commencement. Let me express my personal welcome to you, the class of 2019. To begin our celebration, I ask that you please rise as Kyle Dunn, a member of the class of 2019 from the Boyer College of Music and Dance, leads us in the national anthem. Please be seated. Outstanding. Thank you, Kyle. That was great. You make us all Temple proud. Class of 2019, you are now just moments away from becoming graduates of Temple University. But before we celebrate you, we should acknowledge those whose support and aid has helped you to reach this day. First, your outstanding faculty members. Our faculty is the best there is. Dedicated teachers and expert scholars who are devoted to serving the needs of our local neighborhoods and broader society. Would the faculty members present please stand so that we can applaud your excellence and commitment? Please stand. You are amazing. Thank you for everything you do for our students and for Temple University. Graduates, let's also salute your families and other loved ones for the many acts Let's salute them for the many acts of sacrifice and kindness and an unwavering support that they have given you. Would the family members and other loved ones of our graduates please stand so we can recognize you? You also are amazing. Thank you for being part of the Temple family. Commencement is a great day to be part of the Temple University community. I have had the honor of being a member of the Temple family since 1976. That means I have now seen students graduate from this university for 43 years. Thank you. Thank you. Over the years, I've learned that each graduating class has been special in its own right. Class of 2019, you are truly one of a kind. With more than 10,000 graduates, your class is the largest of any in Temple's history, even larger than the record last year. You are also among the most academically talented classes we've ever seen. Included among you are numerous high achievers. Let me mention just two. Marcus Forst is our first ever Goldwater Scholar, and he is also our first Knight Hennessy Scholar. And Megan Maxwell is our first fellow at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. Let's hear it from Marcus and Megan. This class has more than 500 students graduating from our outstanding honors program. Class of 2019, 340 of you previously had graduated from Temple, and you are now earning your second degree from Temple. 18 are earning your third degree from Temple, and two of you are now earning an amazing fourth Temple degree. You hail from 109 countries around the globe. You represent every one of our 50 United States, plus the District of Columbia, plus Puerto Rico. And yet, many of you are not far away from home. More than 6,000 of you are proud Pennsylvanians. And nearly 1,700 of you called Philadelphia home before you came to school here. You've each followed your own timeline to get here also. The youngest graduate in your class is just 19 years old. The most senior is a resident from right here in North Philadelphia and is a very young 70 years old. Age is not the only distinguishing factor. The class of 2019 has 13 sets of graduating twins. What a class. I wish I could recognize all of you by name, but I'll leave that for your schools and colleges. I will, however, mention that 16 of you have very special names. Names like Bowler, Crowley, Dowling, Fowler, Knowles, Nolan, Paulson, Roland, Rollins, Rowley, and Towler. In other words, you lucky 16 have the word owl, O-W-L, in your surnames. That makes you very special owls. Class of 2019, these are the statistics that define your class, but you are so much more than numbers. You've been at Temple at a time when our university skyrocketed in recognition and respect. You've watched us rise to the top tiers of national prominence, of university quality and excellence. You've been here to see the first Temple student become a Rhodes Scholar. You've seen our researchers make advances in the eradication of HIV/AIDS and lead the fight against opioid addiction. Each of you has had achievements that made your faculty proud. You have shared your growing knowledge and abilities in Temple's laboratories and classrooms. You have performed in front of thousands and thousands on our stages, in our playing fields. You have come together in sad times to mourn losses and support one another, and you are now together to celebrate a day unlike any other in your life. When you leave here, you will open a new chapter in your personal stories. You will enter the ranks of Temple graduates who can be found in boardrooms, in operating rooms, in classrooms, and in newsrooms. Temple alumni are leaders in every field and industry. Our graduates have won Super Bowls, Oscars, Pulitzers, and Grammys. Our graduates have worked in the White House press corps and around the world in the Peace Corps. And some have even become university presidents. I know each of you will add to this legacy. You will add to this legacy in your own way, with a diligence built on Temple's motto, perseverance conquers. Perseverance conquers. You each have your own perseverance story. Let me end with one story of perseverance from someone in your class. In 2004, a Temple staff member started her journey towards a bachelor's degree. She is the child of immigrants from the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. Evie Lopez Feliciano knew she had a challenge ahead of her. She had a lot to juggle. Evie is a mother, a wife, and now cares for her 85-year-old mother. Evie also has a full-time job in the office of the Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs. And added to all this, she has been working her way, slowly but surely, to a Temple degree. It has not been easy, but Evie has persevered. In fact, here is what she said kept her going. She said this: "Every time I would see my mom, she would ask if I was done yet, because it had been so long. When she got sick, I would think, please hang in there a little longer. I'm almost done." Today, 14 years after she started taking classes, Evie Lopez Feliciano becomes a graduate of Temple University. She embodies our motto, perseverance conquers. You may not know Evie, but you share her perseverance. And like Evie, you are forever Philly-made and Temple-made. Thank you, class of 2019, and congratulations. You make us all very proud of you. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to you our outstanding Executive Vice President and Provost, Joanne Epps.
Good morning. Let me start by reminding you that commencement is both a beginning and a time for reflection. Those of you who've heard my thoughts at convocation know that I encourage you to experience Temple in a way that becomes a part of your soul. I hope that happened. So as this phase of your life comes to a conclusion, I invite you to think back on some of the highlights that took place during your time here. The complete list is long, but here are just a few. Presidential hopefuls Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton came to campus. True, neither won, but it was still pretty exciting. Temple beat Penn State. Gender-neutral bathrooms were installed across campus. Stella the Owl got married. The Pope came to Philadelphia. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. But the most important milestones are the ones that have likely changed your lives. New friends, new experiences, managing your own schedule, your gen ed class, an internship, discovering an interest you never knew you had, and romance. Some of you have met the person who will be your partner for the rest of your life. So with my remaining brief time, I'm going to ask you to do 3 slightly unexpected things. First, if you've got your cell phone out, I'm going to ask you to put it away for the next 2 minutes. I know that's asking a lot, but just go with me here. Class of 2019, you've arrived at this point in your lives because people believed in you, supported you, and had confidence in you, even when you had doubts. Which leads me to my second request. I want you to take 10 seconds and think about one special person who helped make it possible for you to be here today. That special person could be sitting in the room with us or no longer with us. It could be a family member, a friend, a teacher, or a coach, or maybe even the person sitting next to you. Moms, dad, guests, why don't you too think about a special person who made a major difference in your lives and without whom you might not be here today on this joyous day of celebration. I'm serious. I walked up here with my phone. I have a timer, and I'll let you know when 10 seconds is over. Okay, thank you. I hope that felt good. The people you were thinking about, they're part of your DNA. Their care and guidance has become a part of you, just as the lessons you've had at Temple are now integral parts of what makes you the wonderful, one-of-a-kind you. So here's my last request, and actually it's sort of a challenge. Someday, you're going to have the opportunity to be that special person. It could be for a child who doesn't feel loved, or a teen who feels bullied, or somebody who that day just needs somebody else to say, I believe in you, you can do this. Commencement speakers often tell college graduates to go out and change the world, and it seems like an overwhelming request. But if you open up yourselves to be there when you're needed by someone else, you will change that person's world for the better. And in changing one person's world, guess what? You actually will have changed the world. You may not feel ready, but you're as ready as any of us ever are. So class of 2019, thank you for sharing yourselves with us. You are forever a part of us, as I hope we are of you. So now go on, do the unexpected, and make us TU proud. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President of the Faculty Senate, my colleague from the Beasley School of Law. Please welcome Professor Rafael Parada-Doria.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rafael Parada-Doria, and I'm the current president of the Temple University Faculty Senate. And I'm here on behalf of my colleagues, your professors, to celebrate this moment with you. Now, I can assure you that this ceremony and your school and college ceremonies are going to have many speakers, and most of them are going to be far more eloquent than I am. And I also know what you really want. You want to get your diploma so that you can go celebrate with your family and your friends on this great spring day. So I'm going to be very brief. Congratulations. After all the time, hard work, sacrifices, and anxiety, the day that many of you were afraid would never come or wouldn't come soon enough has actually arrived. It's graduation day. You are now officially done. You've completed your studies and you're about to become a graduate of Temple University. And you have all been on a very, very long and wild trip together. It's had lots of unexpected twists and turns. The path has oftentimes not been straight and level. It's often had substantial obstacles. And sometimes the path has been so murky, you couldn't see it at all. But one thing you have to remember, you have not made this trip alone. Your parents, your family, your friends, and your classmates have all been with you to support you. And we, your teachers, have also been with you every step of the way, just like your friends and family. We're delighted that you have finally crossed the finish line. Now, in accompanying you on this long and momentous trip, we've learned a lot about you and from you. And we thank you for all that we have learned and all that you have taught us in your time with us. Now, you are the reason why we teach. And let me tell you, we are very, very proud of you. We're proud of your dedication, of your enthusiasm, of your hard work, your perseverance, your brilliance, and your success. We are very, very proud of what you have achieved. Enjoy the triumph that we celebrate together here today. May it be the first of many, many more. Thank you very much for all that you have given us. Now I would like to introduce you to the student speaker of the class of 2019, Vanessa Gabrielle Chandler. Vanessa is a tourism and hospitality management major from the School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management. A native of Norristown, Pennsylvania, Chandler was very involved in the Temple community, having served as a resident assistant, student conduct board member, peer mentor, and peer instructor. Most recently, she's interned with the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau to organize the 2019 Diversity and Inclusion Conference, which was held in March. Please join me in welcoming the class of 2019 student commencement speaker, Vanessa Gabrielle Chandler.
Good morning, Temple University, faculty, staff, friends, family, alumni, and the graduating class of 2019. It is an incredible honor to serve as our culminating voice. It is my hope that each of us leave here today with the confidence and conviction to be the leaders of tomorrow. Today, we have reached a pivotal point in our lives. After hours of studying equations and methodologies in the classroom, lounging on Bury Beach among friends, completing a project at the Tech until 3 in the morning, if you're lucky, we have all made it to this point. Today is a day of reflection on what we have accomplished, who we have connected with, and where we have been. But most importantly, today, we can answer the question every single one of us in this room has been asked. What do you want to be when you grow up? See, when I was growing up, my imagination ran wild. In kindergarten, I wanted to be an archaeologist, someone who went on fantastical journeys through ancient ruins and vast deserts, discovering the secrets of the unknown past. Then, I wanted to be an artist. My inspiration was my father, the greatest artist in the world who makes life stand still in a painting. Now, this question of what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, now, with our diplomas in hand, we are prepared and ready to take on life. Today is the day where we stand up with our heads held high and our chests puffed out and say, I want to be a... Oh, but also on this day, this brilliant, wonderful, celebratory day, I implore every graduate to consider not what you want to be, but who you want to be. From this day forward, you determine your next step. You must own who you are, take pride in it, and be confident that no other person on this planet can be your who. Today, there are thousands of students all graduating with a powerful Temple degree. From that perspective, our whats are all quite similar. But it is the who that makes us our unique, individual, and nuanced selves. You see, the what is external, outside of us. But the who is internal and central to our being. So I urge you, on this monumentous day in your life, to consider the who you have become during your time here at Temple University. The who you have discovered throughout years of pursuing your passion. The who you are proud of for making it to this exact moment in time. Our years of dedication, effort, and energy have all come full circle. Now, it is our time to be the who that makes the positive difference we want to see in this world. So to my fellow classmates, in the class of 2019, I have the biggest belief in our potential to succeed in creating an impactful who. And to everyone here with us today, present in this very moment, get ready, because this class of owls is spreading our wings, taking flight, and taking this world by storm. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2019. Should I do the ring of the bell?
What's that?
The bell?
Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And now, as has become a Temple tradition, we will hear the sound of 11 bells symbolizing the sounds of the bell tower at Lenfest Circle, a place that has undoubtedly held a special meaning for each of us.
Thank you, Vanessa. You have represented your class so very well, and we are so very, very proud of you. That is Temple University. It is now time to confer our 3 honorary degrees. In the interest of time, we will be using abbreviated biographies to introduce each recipient. Full biographies are printed in your programs. It is my honor and privilege to introduce our trustees who will confer the honorary degrees to our outstanding awardees this morning. Provost Epps will now come forward to assist in the hooding ceremonies, and our outstanding chairman, Patrick O'Connor, will now come forward to confer our first honorary degree.
Leonard Barrick, please come forward to receive your honorary degree. And would Trustee Mitchell Morgan please come forward to assist with the conferral of the degree. Len Barrick is the senior and founding partner of Barrick, Rodas, and Basine. Len Barrick earned his undergraduate degree from the Fox School of Business in 1965, went on to attend the Beasley School of Law, and has been giving back to this great university ever since his graduation. Since the enactment of the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act in 1995, Len Barrick has been appointed lead or co-lead counsel in dozens of security cases throughout the United States, including 3 of the largest case settlements in securities class action history. He is also a leader in Philadelphia's civic and political circles. His philanthropic efforts have been extensive, including support for the significant expansion of the Beasley School of Law in 2002, in which the historic College Hall on North Broad Street was renovated and renamed in honor of his parents, Morris and Sylvia Barrick Hall. Len and his wife Len made possible the Cone and Wiener chairs at the law school. He has also established the Barrick Public Interest Fellowship Program in 1991, which has encouraged nearly 200 students to enter public interest jobs after graduation. In 2016, Len and Len, his wife, who is also a Temple graduate, established the Barrick Scholars at the Law School, where he has chaired the Board of Visitors since 2008. In 2002, Len chaired the university's first comprehensive capital campaign, which closed $30 million above its $350 million goal. Today, Len is a valued member of the university's Board of Trustees, where he has led key committees including academic affairs, alumni relations, and development. It's now the time to confer the degree. Len Barrick, by the power vested in me, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations. And Len, I now invite you to address the class.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so good to be here. And thank you, Chairman O'Connor. I greet you all here today with a special kind of joy and pride. I greet you as a first-generation American whose own father came to this country in 1923 from Russia with $25 in his pocket, and he had so many dreams. Yes, as Emma Lazarus has said, he was among those huddled masses yearning to be free. Had he not had those dreams, and yes, that courage, I would surely not be standing before you today. But he did, and here I am. Had he not, he would almost certainly have been shot and killed and buried in a mass grave with his own mother and sisters for the crime of being Jewish. So yes, I am deeply grateful. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize, again, because they deserve so much recognition, the families who have had so much to do with you being here today. And I'm going to ask you again to please stand and give your patients, your parents and other loved ones a big round of applause. The kind you give to a winning team. Because believe me, they were your winning team yesterday, they are on your team today, and they will be for all your tomorrows. Thank you. Thank you. So let's think about today and you, the graduates. You are the stars of this show, and everybody knows it. You did it. You walked into Temple University, and everything in your life was different. You may not have realized it in your freshman year or even in your sophomore year, when maybe you thought you had this thing called college all figured out. But it may have taken the second half of your experience to recognize what was happening to you. And it all led up to this amazing day when there are neon lights flashing milestone. All the work, the worry, the papers you struggled to write and to get them in on time, the all-nighters, the parties, and oh my yes, the people. At Temple, they come from all walks of life, from different lives, religions, histories, and it's that diversity, graduates. That's the part of Temple's gift to you. I hope you cherish it now and forever, that gift of a wondrous melting pot. It will serve you well. I'd also like to tell you a little bit about my own personal story. You may think that I am some kind of silver spoon guy up here, but believe me, that is definitely not the case. I was a first semester freshman going to another college in another part of the country when my own life was turned upside down. My father was the man who so wanted his four children to get the one thing in life he had missed, a fine education. And when I was 17 years old, my father and my older brother, Jack, who had worked so hard to start a children's shoe business, were both killed in a commercial plane crash. In one instant, everything in my life changed, and everything in my family turned upside down. I returned home to Philadelphia to help out, and I enrolled in Temple's night school. Even though I was devastated and lost, I found another kind of home at this university. And this is important because unbeknownst to me then, but looking back at my life now, something very important happened to me the day I enrolled in Temple's night school. I became a Temple owl. I was no longer the kid who could hang out and party. I was the kid who had other opportunities, other priorities, like how to help my family get through tough times. I had many part-time jobs to help ends meet. I sold insurance, I waited on tables, I prepared tax returns. And so I look around today and feel such awe and such gratitude that in some ways, Temple became a kind of family to me and brought me back some hope and some dreams that I thought had gone down with the plane that had taken my father and brother. Temple saw to it that I could go on to Temple's great law school, where I found my destiny as a lawyer. I am forever grateful for that, And I tell you this because I so hope you graduates know that this school is a very special place. It is your launching pad, recognized, respected, and loved by its alumni. It is not an ivory tower place. Temple is vibrant. It is real, just like life itself. And there is plenty of room in our vast tent for you, the class of 2019. Always remember, even when you leave us, that you are still a part of us and always will be. Temple taught me to persist, to stay in the race, to keep moving toward the university's outstanding law school. And I found myself in law school in another melting pot, where what counted was staying the course. I should hope that you graduates look at the commonsensical things in life, the practical, and also the passionate and fine things that make you so proud. And let's do some time travel while we are at it. Let's imagine that it is now 2044, 25 years from now, and what is going on is your 25th class reunion at Temple. So you went on your diet, and of course you bought a new dress or a new suit that shouts success, and maybe you borrowed a snazzy car from a friend to impress even more. But who will you really be? Not on the surface, but the real you. Let me share 10 words, not 10 commandments because they are already taken in such a sacred way, but words matter if they mean something, even the simplest of words. Consider these words, class of 2019. Number 1, persist. Number 2, prepare and plan. Number 3, don't underestimate your instincts. Number 4, do allow for hope. Number 5, love. So important, that one. Number 6, help. 7, believe in something. 8, put family ahead of work. 9, don't settle for mediocrity. It is not good enough. And 10, be patient. Patient. Why bother with that? Why not rush ahead and get things done? Let me tell you a little story about that last life comment, and it has to do with marshmallows. Yes, marshmallows. Bear with me. Back in the 1960s, a group of psychologists were studying 4-year-old children. The little ones were brought into a room, and each one was seated at a table with one marshmallow in front of them. The kids were told that they could eat the marshmallow right then, but if they waited for a few more minutes, they could have 2 marshmallows. Now, these kids really wanted those 2 marshmallows, but most of them just couldn't wait, and they ate the marshmallow in front of them right away. A few of the kids did wait. The researchers periodically checked in on that group of kids when they were in high school, and here's what they found. The ones who had held out, who demonstrated patience, even at the age of 4, were to become leaders, less prone to have addiction issues, and they even scored higher on their SATs. So patience pays off big time, and the marshmallow experience works in life too. Life, it's a huge word, and I want to leave you with some thoughts about it. Okay, you may not be the man or the woman who finds the cure for cancer, or the secret of world peace, or even how to work all your tech toys perfectly well. But believe me, the world seems to be in quite a mess right now. And I won't be the first person to tell you that life is not about material things. You may find out that buying that Porsche at last may not be nearly as much a thrill as getting in that first Honda. Okay, no more advice from me. Just one simple quote that I want to share with you. In such a complicated world, we sometimes have to get a message that isn't all that complicated and all that fancy. Consider these plain words from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What are you doing for others? So simple, yet so profound. So get out there, class of 2019, and keep asking yourselves, what are you doing for others? Oh, and don't forget this amazing university. Come back sometimes. In fact, come back often. Visit the professor who may have given you the gift of his or her knowledge. Tell that man or woman that it matters. Please don't dare forget us. Remember, you are part of a large and supportive family here. And always remember that. You are a Temple Owl. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Trustee Dr. Barrick. Your passion for this university has made itself felt on generations of students. We are so grateful for your constant support and for all you do for Temple University. Thank you. Trustee Mitchell Morgan will now come forward to confer our next honorary degree, and Provost Epps will join Trustee Morgan for the hooding ceremony.
Fran Duffy, please come forward to receive your honorary degree. Trustee Anthony McIntyre, please come forward to assist with this honorary. Known for his success on the basketball court and for his charitable work away from it, Fran Dunphy has been a very important figure in collegiate basketball for 6 decades. As the coach of Temple's basketball team, he most recently led the Owls to their 8th NCAA tournament appearance in 13 seasons. No coach in Philadelphia's Big Five history has won more games than Dunphy, who has amassed 580 career victories. He is quite simply college basketball icon. He is a dedicated educator in the Fox Business School, where he has for 12 years co-led the honors course titled Management, Theory, and Practice, from the locker room to the boardroom. In that class, he teaches students the importance of management skills and integrity. A native Philadelphian, Dunphy has deeply committed to serving his community and the leader of the city's chapter of Coaches vs. Cancer. He also serves as a member of the organization National Council. Fran Dunphy, by the power vested on me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer to you a degree of Doctor of Honor, Humane Letters, Honorary Causa. Congratulations, and we invite you to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. Thank all of you. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. For the last 12 years at this time, I would be sitting back there never thinking that I would be here in this role today and getting this honorary degree. So I'm very proud of that and honored that you would give that to me. I first want to just, my hat's off to Vanessa. That was just spectacular. How she did that, never looking down. Spectacular. I'm a little humbled by this. The reality is I was honored every day over the last 13 years to be the head men's basketball coach at Temple University, to succeed a man like John Chaney, a daunting task to be sure, but I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the opportunity I've had to be in the classroom with Professor Lynn Anderson for the last 12 fall semesters. Can't tell you the amount of knowledge I gained from all of those students who helped me in that class. I certainly learned much more than those students did, I'm quite sure. I'd like to thank all of the students who have been at Temple for these 13 years. People like the Cherry Crusade and the band and the dance team, the Diamond Gems, the cheerleaders, all of you. The fans, the alums, all of those people who supported Temple basketball over the years. And most assuredly, I got two of my guys in the room today, or in the hall today, and the other will be here soon. Ernest Flackby and Shiz Alston and Trey Lowe. Thank you. Thank you for being in this class. Thank you for the work that you did in representing Temple, and hopefully we did it well. But I really appreciate everybody who was part of that Temple community. We do a lot of quoting in our program. And there was a guy who wrote for the Philadelphia Inquirer a number of years ago, Bill Lyon, and he had a column called Second Thoughts and Sudden Thoughts. And these will be a series of those, and I hope it strikes a chord. And in one of those quotes is a Martin Luther King quote, of course, because he was so profound in the things that he said. And one of those thoughts was, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. So all of that will happen to you at some point. We spend a lot of time in our lives trying to make things happen, when in reality, life is constantly happening around you. Pay attention to it. Be aware of it. Recognize it when it's there. Volunteer. Give back. Be inspired by people who are important to you, and you watch and you see how they live their lives. I could go around to this whole audience today to include all of you as 2019 grads. There's a story there. In every one of you, there's a story. And listen to those stories as you go about your life now. Listen to the stories of your classmates. Listen to your parents. And one day you are also going to be in charge of others. Listen to them. Be of service to others. Life is a constant search to find out who we are. Life is constantly changing. Change with it. How can we help others? That has been mentioned already today. Life is not about you. It's about everybody else who's around you and your family and your friends and those people that you can help. Be the best teammate you can be. We're all on teams, every one of us. This orchestra today is a team. They do beautiful work. Love the 11 bells, by the way. Awesome, just awesome. Struck a chord. No pun intended. Take your work seriously. Not so much yourself, but take your work seriously. Be accountable in everything that you do. Own what you do. I was at the Final Four in Minnesota a couple weeks back, watching Shiz Alston in the All-Star game on a Friday. And just before that, thank you, just before that, I had a chance to go to the Minnesota Vikings practice facility. One of my good buddies has a son who's the offensive coordinator there. On the wall, in the locker room. Ability is important, but dependability is critical. Be dependable. The best executive is one who has the sense enough to pick good people to do what he wants done, and the self-restraint enough to keep from meddling with them while they are doing it. It's a quote by Theodore Roosevelt. Pretty heady thought. A good leader inspires people to have confidence in the leader. A great leader inspires people to have confidence in themselves. It's okay to want to be led. Maybe there's times in your life you don't want to have that leadership role. It's okay. Be a good teammate. Be a part of the group. Know your role. Don't expect perfection. It's probably not coming. Be comfortable with your imperfections. All will be okay. Don't make rash judgments. Reflect. Take a deep breath. See both sides of the argument. Listen to your parents, your guardians, your mentors. And when you get a little bit older and wiser and more mature, listen to your children. They will give you great advice. When you feel tired, I had this discussion with a couple of dental students today. When you feel tired, think of the single mother of 4 with 3 jobs. Tell her you're tired. It's not about you again. Make life about others. Have very few regrets. Have very few regrets. You're going to have some. It's the way life works, but try to minimize those. If certain people are important to you, tell them so. Don't wait. Have a great attitude. People like to hang around with people with good attitudes. When you have someone over for dinner, don't ask those guests if they want dessert. Give them dessert. Let them decide. This is a quote from my mother, my dear mother. Tell people it's nice to be with you when you have spent some time with them. I cherish that advice that she gave. I wish she was giving it right now. Don't let others feel sorry for you. All will be okay. I'm going to leave you with one story here, and it's a really important story for me. A number of years back, we had a Saturday homecoming football game, and in the morning I was asked to go to Iona College in New Rochelle, New York, to speak at a clinic. And so I went up there. I was the 9 o'clock speaker. I was going to speak from 9 to 10. It gave me enough time to get back home to the 1:30 football game. So I'm giving an inane instruction on the screen and roll and how we would double team players and get the ball out of the hands of the best player. And at the end of my talk, I asked for questions, and I had given my email address, and so I asked for questions, and this one young man raised his hand. He said, "Coach, would you double team this guy coming off there if it was the best player?" "Yeah, well, of course we would. That's exactly what we would do. We'd get the ball out of that best player's hands." So I didn't think anything of it. I started to drive back. I get back on the road. I'm on Jersey Turnpike. I pull over for some gas, and I check my phone, and sure enough, it's an email from a young man by the name of, interestingly enough, Will Smith. And Will Smith says, "I was the man who asked you the question, the coach who asked you the question at the end of practice, at the end of your talk. I come to Philadelphia every 2 weeks for my chemo treatments at Cancer Treatment Centers of America. I wonder if I can come by and come to practice and share some time with you." So right away I text him back and said, "Absolutely." And I get a little weepy when I see those kinds of people who are so courageous and so tough and so disciplined, and they want to do other things. And so I said yes. That following Friday, he comes to our practice, and he comes into the gym, and he's got a black bag with chemo in it going to a port in his shoulder. And right away, again, I'm half Irish and half Italian and very sappy. And I start crying because I'm thinking about this guy. So I give him a hug, and I said, "Okay, tell me now about you. What is it that you do?" And he said, "Well, I'm a high school girls basketball coach at the Berkshire School in Western Massachusetts." I said, "So how long does it take you to get here every other Friday?" 4.5 on a good day. I said, "Okay. Where do you get your treatments?" Again, Cancer Treatment Centers of America. "Where do you stay?" I said, "Well, I stay at the Renaissance Hotel." I said, "What do you pay?" He said, "Well, $80 a night or whatever." I said, "Okay, now we have a place at Fox Chase. It's called the Hope Lodge. I need to get you there so that you can save some money. I know you're not making a lot of money at the Berkshire School. Teachers don't make exorbitant salaries. He said, oh, well, I said, I can get you there. I can get you there, and they'll take you back and forth to your treatments. They'll feed you. They will mentor you. They will guide you through all of this. They will give you emotional support. He says, okay, thanks, I appreciate it. 2 days later, I get an email from Will Smith, and it says, Coach, thank you so much for thinking of me. I really appreciate it. But my only concern is I'll be taking up a room from somebody else who can't afford it. So I immediately called him up right away. His cell phone was there. And I called him up and I said, Will, let me ask you something. Who are you people? How does this work? How do you just think of others and you don't think of yourself as you go about this unbelievable chore that you have of defeating this insidious disease that does not discriminate? It does not. And that's just the way he was. And I got to be this great friend of Will Smith. And he subsequently went into remission for a couple of years. But then the cancer came storming back, and he lost his life. And a couple years ago, they gave me the Coach of the Year in the American Athletic Conference at our tournament. And sure enough, I got up and I spoke, and I was thankful and grateful for that award. And I said, I'm accepting this award to a real coach, a real man, a real person who is as humane as anybody I know, Will Smith. And here is his story, and I told them that story. So he struck a chord. He inspired me. So I talked about him. And when I got a chance to see him right before he died, I told him I loved him. I hope he heard me. I hope he knew that I felt that way about him, because he inspired me, and he still to this day does. So I wouldn't be here today without that kind of inspiration, those kinds of people. And you know what? We all have Will Smiths in our life. We all do. So my last thought for you, for all that you do and all that you have done, please ask yourself, can I do more? I believe Temple University has been saying, I can do more since 1884. You are Temple. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach, and congratulations. Coach, you inspire us all, and thank you for everything you do for Temple University. You all should know that in addition to the incredible history which you just heard, Coach Dunphy has been a marshal at these ceremonies for about a decade. Coach, please know that there will be a place for you at Temple's commencement for as long as you like. I now invite Trustee Phil Richards to confer our third honorary degree. Provost Epps will join Trustee Richards for the hooding ceremony. Trustee Richards.
Thank you, Mr. President. Bernard Hopkins, Jr., please come forward to receive the honorary degree. Trustee Ron Donatucci, please come forward to assist with the conferral of that degree. One of the nation's great professional boxers, Bernard H. Hopkins, Jr., grew up in the Raymond Rosen Housing Project in North Philadelphia, not far from this campus. His adolescence was marred by interactions with the criminal justice system, both as a victim and as a perpetrator. As a respected community leader, Hopkins uses those life experiences to encourage youth who are facing inner city challenges to fight like a champion and to be a champion. At age 13, Hopkins had been stabbed 3 times and 4 years later received an 18-year prison sentence for a strong-arm robbery conviction. He He was exposed to boxing while incarcerated, and after serving 5 years in prison, pursued that sport upon his release. Hopkins retired in 2016 after earning 55 career wins and world championships in 2 different weight classes. At age 46, he became the oldest boxer in the history of the sport to win a world championship in a victory in 2014, a record that was only broken 3 years later when he himself won another championship at age 49. During the last few years of his boxing career, Hopkins became a minority partner in Golden Boy Promotions and is still involved in that company. Today, through great philanthropy and mentoring, Hopkins has transformed himself from a boxing champion to the people's champion. Bernard Hopkins, by the power vested in me, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Temple, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations. I invite you to speak to the class of 2019.
Good morning. I would like to thank the Temple University class of 2019 and the Board of Trustees for giving me the opportunity to become an honorary degree recipient. I am truly honored and grateful. Not only does this add another page to the book of my life, it also adds more to my legacy. In 1988, I was released from Dallas Penitentiary. The same year, I became a professional boxer. My first professional fight, I came up short. I was so discouraged. At the time, I took off a year and a half. Within that year and a half, I worked at Penn Tower Hotel. Also, I did some side jobs as a roofer. I was so determined not to give up. So I decided to go back to boxing. I loved boxing since I was 9 years old. Fast forward 31 years ago, here I am at Temple University as Dr. Hopkins. I want to give some encouraging words to the students who's also churning a page in that big, thick binder that I'm sure that you will create in life as you go forward. I was told by a lot of people that supported how I felt about myself, and that is value. I didn't look at myself when I was coming up as a person that would live 19, 20, 21 years old, and I started to believe what I was told. And I wanted to be the best at it. And I realized early on in my adult life, mid-20s, that I am valued. And I believe that if I take and change my mindset, change the way I look at the future, and a spark came. After serving 5 years to 15, it left me with 9 years of parole to walk off. And I want you to pay clear attention to how that played a significant role for me to be here today. When incarcerated, graded 4, then Dallas, I picked up the sport that I've been involved in through uncles, through generations on both sides, mother and father. And I got the love back because I wanted to get off the block that day, the prison block, J block. And we are called by numbers, Y4145. And I'm not embarrassed to tell you I knew that, or I can remember that more than I knew at that time, back then, my Social Security number. That was my name. And I got the spark by wanting to be off the block, and I found my way at the boxing gym in prison. And I didn't do well, and I didn't like it. I sparred with a guy that was really good. I'm so glad he kicked my butt that day, because I wanted to prove I was better than that day. That was incarceration. And when I realized that the love is back and I wanted to prove that I know I can do better, I know I can do better, and y'all gonna face that challenge. You already faced the challenge already, and you're gonna face it again. This is life. It's not checkers, it's chess. And you gotta be a thinker all the time. And I took on the duties of being disciplined, training. We heard, and you heard this many times. And so I had to train myself to be disciplined, to get another chance, not only with the guy that handed it to me that day, but also in life. Fast forward again, I became in love with it again. I got the feel back in my soul, in my spirit. And when I get home, paroled in 1988, I remember walking with boxes of my belongings from my sisters and my family that's here today to watch me get honored or receive my honorary degree. And I'm walking down the hall and I'm waving at friends and people that supported me, inmates that I boxed with, and they in for life sentences, 30 to 60, all kinds of numbers of time. And I'm walking out with a box in this long, Broad Street-like distance hallway. And they encouraging me to take the skills that I embraced back in incarceration to win for them. And I remember a word, so we must be careful of words, and we must be careful how we approach and speak, because this is very powerful. It's so powerful, it motivated me to say, I'm going to prove the warden wrong. You'll be back in 6 months. Well, it's been 30 plus years later. And I encourage every graduate today that you're going to get knocked down. You're going to be told things that you won't agree with. And if you don't agree with it, and you have that right, fight. Always fight for the right thing. Your trainers is Temple Strong. My trainers was in the ring, but now I'm part of this family. I thank you. I thank you for honoring me. But it's your time. The baton has been passed. You are the leaders. Whatever time in the future, or even now, even more, that you are the voters of today and tomorrow. And you will pass the baton when it's time. But until then, be steady. Until then, understand that in the ring, that's a fight, but in society, in the world, there are fights, and sometimes some would say good fights. I never had a good fight. Be steady. And you know when to go high, you know when to step on the gas and take off the pedal, take their feet off the pedal and cruise. But never stop. Never become mentally incarcerated. Never become mentally incarcerated. We know what physically is, but you don't want to ever become mentally incarcerated because you're here, but you're not. Be productive. Be for real about what you want to do in life. And you know what? Always have another lane, but before you turn to that lane or cross over, left or right, use the turn signals in life and use the turn signals in the car, of course. I am here to say congratulations to, again, and also I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the young generation that's going to take on the world and change what you don't support. Thank you. God bless. Congratulations. I love Temple Strong.
Thank you, Bernard Hopkins. Your message of never giving up, your message of hope, these are messages that are needed now more than ever. Dr. Barrick, Dr. Dunphy, Dr. Hopkins. Let's hear it for all three. Their message, perseverance conquers. Class of 2019, now it's your turn. We will now confer the degrees in course and salute each school en masse. Members of the Board of Trustees will join us in the conferrals. Trustee Joseph Marshall will confer the degrees from the James E. Beasley School of Law.
Dean Greg Mandel.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Masters of Law, Master of Laws in China, Master of Laws Taxation, Master of Laws Transnational, Master of Laws Trial Advocacy, Doctorate in Juridical Science, and Juris Doctor, please rise. These candidates, representing the graduates of the James E. Beasley School of Law, whose ceremony will be held on Thursday, May 16th, will have completed all of their requirements for their respective degrees and are recommended by the James E. Beasley School of Law faculty to receive the degree they have earned.
Thank you, Dean Mandel. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Daniel Paulette will confer the degrees from the Esther Boyer College of Music and Dance.
Dean Robert Stoker.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Musical Arts, Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Music, Master of Music Therapy, Professional Studies, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science within the Boyer College of Music and Dance, please rise. These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the Boyer College of Music and Dance, I am pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Stoker. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earn with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto, and congratulations.
Trustee Marina Katz will confer the degrees from the School of Theater, Film, and Media Arts.
Dean Robert Stroker.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Fine Arts within the School of Theater, Film, and Media Arts please rise? These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Theater, Film, and Media Arts, I am pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Stroker. By authority vested in me by the Board of the Trustees, I hereby confirm on you the degree that you respectively earn with all right, honors, and privilege pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Bill Mills will confer the degrees from the College of Education.
Dean Gregory Anderson.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, Educational Specialist, Master of Education, Master of Science in Education, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Science in Education within the College of Education please rise? These candidates have completed all the academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Education, I'm pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Anderson. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer the degree you earned with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Nelson Diaz will confer the degrees from the College of Engineering.
Dean Kia Sage Haipur.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Science in Bioengineering, Civil Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Engineering Management, Environmental Engineering, and Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Bioengineering, Civil Engineering, Construction Engineering Technology, Electrical Engineering, Engineering Technology, Environmental Engineering, Industrial Engineering Systems, and Mechanical Engineering within the College of Engineering, please rise. These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Engineering, I'm pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Sage Highpour. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degrees, as so many of them you've earned, with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Joseph Marshall will confer the degrees from the College of Liberal Arts.
Dean Richard Deeg.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Liberal Arts, Master of Public Policy, Master of Science, Professional Science Masters, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science please rise? These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts, I am pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Deeg. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned, with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Christopher McNichol will confer the degrees from the College of Public Health.
Dean Laura Siminoff.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health, in Communication Sciences and Disorders, in Kinesiology, the Doctor of Athletic Training, the Doctor of Nursing Practice, the Doctor of Occupational Therapy, the Clinical Doctorate in Occupational Therapy, the Doctor of Physical Therapy, Masters of Art in Speech Language Hearing, Master of Occupational Therapy, Master of Public Health, Masters of Science degrees in Health Informatics, Athletic Training, Recreational Therapy, Kinesiology, Neuromotor Science, Bachelor of Arts in Speech Language Hearing, Bachelor of Science in Public Health, in Athletic Training, in Health Information Management, in Nursing, in Health Professions, Exercise Science, Bachelor of Science in Recreational Therapy. Please, all of you, please rise. These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Public Health, I am very pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Siminoff. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Bill Mills will confer the degrees from the School of Social Work.
Dean Laura Siminoff.
Yes. Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Social Work and Bachelor of Social Work within the School of Social Work please rise? These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Social Work, I am very pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Siminoff. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned, with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Michael Reed will confer the degrees from the College of Science and Technology.
Dean Michael Klein.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Science, Professional Science Masters, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science within the College of Science and Technology please rise? These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Science and Technology, I'm pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Klein. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Trustee Brett Perkins will confer the degrees from the Richard J. Fox School of Business and Management.
Dean Ronald Anderson.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Business Administration, Master of Accountancy, Master of Business Administration, Master of Health Administration, Master of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science within the Richard J. Fox School of Business and Management please rise? These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the Richard J. Fox School of Business and Management, I am pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Anderson. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned, with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Jane Scacchetti will confer the degrees from the School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management.
Dean Ron Anderson.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Science, Master of Tourism and Hospitality Management, and Bachelor of Science within the School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management please rise? These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management, I am pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Anderson. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining hereto. Congratulations. Go Fox Owls.
Trustee Phil Richards will confer the degrees from the Lewis Katz School of Medicine.
Dean Larry Kaiser.
Well, those of you who are here today representing the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Medicine, Master of Arts, Master of Medical Science, and Master of Science within the Lewis Katz School of Medicine, please rise. These candidates, representing the graduates from the Lewis Katz School of Medicine, whose ceremony will be held on Friday, May 10th, will have completed all of their requirements for their respective degrees and are recommended by the Lewis Katz School of Medicine faculty to receive the degree they have earned.
Thank you, Dean Kaiser. By the authority vested in me, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you have earned, with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Stephen Charles will confer the degrees from the Lou Klein College of Media and Communication.
Dean David Boardman.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts, Master of Journalism, Master of Science, and Bachelor of Arts within the Lou Klein College of Media and Communication please rise? These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the Lou Klein College of Media and Communication, I am pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Boardman. By the authority vested in me, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned, with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Patrick Eiding will confer the degrees from the Maurice H. Kornberg School of Dentistry.
Dean Ahmed Ismail.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Science, Certificate of Dental Specialties, and the Doctor of Dental Medicine within the Maurice H. Kornberg School of Dentistry please rise? These candidates representing the graduates of the Maurice H. Kornberg School of Dentistry, whose ceremony will be held on Friday, May 17th, will have completed all of their requirements for their respective degrees and are recommended by the Maurice H. Kornberg School of Dentistry faculty to receive the degrees that they have earned.
Thank you, Dean Ismail. By the authority vested in me, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you have earned, with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Louis Gould will confer the degrees from the School of Pharmacy.
Dean Peter Dukas.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy, Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Science in Regulatory Affairs and Quality Assurance, Master of Science in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Master of Science in Pharmaceutical and Regulatory Sciences, and Master of Science in Global, Clinical, and Pharmacovigilance Regulations please rise? Trustee Gould, these candidates representing the graduates from the School of Pharmacy, whose ceremony will be held tomorrow, May 10th, have completed all of their requirements for their respective degrees and are recommended by the School of Pharmacy faculty to receive the degree they have earned.
Thank you, Dean Dukas. By authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned, with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Trustee Ronald Donatucci will confer the degrees from the School of Podiatric Medicine.
Dean John Mariachi.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Podiatric Medicine within the School of Podiatric Medicine please rise? These candidates representing the graduates from the School of Podiatric Medicine, whose ceremony was held Monday, May 6, have completed all the requirements for their respective degrees and have been recommended by the School of Podiatric Medicine faculty to receive the degrees they have earned.
Thank you, Dean Mariachi. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you all the respective degrees you've earned, with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Trustee Anthony McIntyre will confer the degrees from the Tyler School of Art.
Dean Susan Kahn.
Thank you. Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Architecture, Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Landscape Architecture, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Architecture, and Bachelor of Science in Education within the Tyler School of Art, please rise. These candidates have completed all academic requirements for their respective degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of the Tyler School of Art, I am pleased to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Kahn. By authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the respective degree you earned with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Have a great day.
Congratulations to you all. You are now graduates of Temple University. Please join me now in welcoming to the podium Dr. Paul G. Cursillo, trustee, outstanding surgeon, and president of the Temple University Alumni Association. Dr. Cursillo.
I always get to say I'm the last thing that stands between you and the door. Chairman O'Connor, President Englert, and Provost Epps, thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to address our newest members of the Temple University Alumni Association. This is full circle. 35 years ago tomorrow, I was in your seat with my parents behind me. I'm sure President Englert was here as a faculty member, and although we didn't have this beautiful Leocourse Center, it was President Leocourse himself who presided over our commencement. And as much as I sat there as you do today thinking what I had a great time at Temple, the past week I've thought about how much more my Temple experience has been the past 10 or 15 years as an active alumni member of the Alumni Association. And today I get to welcome you into that and let you know what that means. I let you know what it means that you now become one of Temple University's finest resources. Today you are Temple made. Tomorrow, you are part of who makes Temple. You are the people that will carry Temple forward every day in everything you do. Don't think you're leaving Temple, you're taking Temple with you. And as a resource, let me talk to you about what you need to do. Chairman O'Connor often tells a story that when he runs into an alumnus that hasn't been that involved, he'll often say, how come you haven't been active? How come you haven't been around? And they always say, because no one ever asked. So today I'm asking, give your time, come back, be with the students, go to a football game, come to a play, go to a lecture, come back on career day, spend time at Temple, be contagious about Temple, make people know what Temple is and that you're proud of it, and then other people will come here. It will be a circle of life. Your talent is going to grow exponentially in the next 4 to 5 years. What you've learned in the past 4 years is your foundation. You're going to build on top of that to points that we're not even aware of yet. And as you do that, come back and be a mentor, help somebody write a CV, give somebody a recommendation for a job, give somebody a job. Think about what you want it, what you need it, and be that person. And yes, when the time comes, and it will, and you want to give back a little more, we will turn to you for a little bit of treasure. Don't just think about the great times you had here at Temple. Think about what might have been a little better, think about somebody who didn't have what they needed in terms of resources and step up and be the person that makes it better for the next set of students after you. So as a trustee, I have to tell you I am privileged to stand here with you knowing that you will represent this university better than anybody before you and as good as the classes coming after. As a faculty member, I'm proud that I've had a small part in teaching some of you along your way. But as president of the Alumni Association, I am honored to stand with you, knowing that you will carry forward the tradition of Russell Conwell, a man that just wanted to do a little something for the people of the great city of Philadelphia. I know you will do a lot for me, my children, our children, and this great world. Today you were given a pin. Wear it. Put it on your lapel. Carry a Temple coffee cup. Wear a Temple scarf. Give somebody a Temple pen. Be contagious about Temple. Take Temple to the next level by making people want to be here just as you did. So in closing, I will tell you the secret to being a Temple alumnus, and you can't tell anybody else until they graduate. You know how hard you work to get here as a Temple student. The secret to being a Temple alumnus is whatever you do, please do not follow your dreams. Chase them. With every ounce of vigor your mind, your heart, and your soul can muster, grab on, take somebody with you, and enjoy the ride. You're a Temple made today. Tomorrow, you make Temple University. Be Temple proud, be Temple strong, and always be a Temple owl. I congratulate the family and friends around you, and since you've been congratulated enough, I stand here to say thank you for choosing Temple, and thank you for carrying Temple forward. Have a great day, and congratulations.
Thank you, Trustee Cursillo. Why not have a round of applause, not only for our newest alumni, but also for all the other Temple University alumni who are in this great arena. Let's hear it for Temple alumni. I now would like to ask everyone to stand and join in singing our alma mater, led by Kyle Dunn, and the words will appear on the screens so you can sing with confidence. Please be seated, and thank you, Kyle, for that beautiful rendition of our alma mater. And everyone, please join me in thanking several people who played important roles in our ceremony this morning. We have the university marshals and ushers and staff who helped you. We have the sign language interpreters, Brandy Mazik and Susan Gottsman. We have Professor Patricia Cornett and the Commencement Band. You're amazing. And the faculty, staff, and students of TU-TV who have broadcast today's ceremony. Class of 2019, your time has come. Maybe we should give one last applause for the family members, for the professors, for each other. Congratulations to you all. With that, I now declare Temple University's 132nd commencement in recess until June 2nd, 2019 in Tokyo, Japan. As we recess, please remain in your seats until the platform party and faculty have exited. We love you all. Thank you and congratulations. Go Temple Owls.
and 201 to 204 should exit through the student doors by 15th Street. Guests in sections 112 to 116 and 212 to 215 should exit through the IBC door by 15th Street. Guests in section 105 to 111 and 205 to 211 should exit through the main lobby at Broad Street.